All right, people, if you can see my fat belly in this here pistol, this is another chapter in the range toys, okay? This is an 1858 Army model Remington, okay? This particular one here, I've got these ivory type grips on. It's got the shortened barrel to what is it, 4.5 inches, or, I could be wrong on that, I forgot. But anyway, it's case hardened, which adds an extra buck to it, right? Now, if you know anything about these, okay, this is the Uberti, like I said, it comes from Italy, and I bought the conversion cylinder, okay, so it will actually shoot this. Okay, that's a 45 long Colt, or, well, we all know there's no such thing as long Colt, even though a lot of boxes will say, LC for long Colt, because it's just, that's what they call it. The story to that goes all the way back to when Smith & Wesson and the Peacemaker were vying for the Army contract. It's really funny because Smith & Wesson made a 45 caliber pistol, which arguably was better, but it only took Smith & Wesson ammo. So when Colt came out with the Peacemaker, they made the chamber longer so it would chamber both the Smith & Wesson and the Colt cartridge. No brainer, you can shoot, it's twofers, it's a supply chain problem solved, right? So they pretty much went with the Colt Peacemaker. This precedes that. This would have been made before and during the Civil War. I believe this to be a superior gun to the 1860 Army Colt because of this right here, okay? But anyway, I've always wanted one of these. Now, you have to understand, if you buy one of these, depending on what state you're in, there's no serial number on this. It is not a serialized thing. In other words, the powers that be don't consider this to be a firearm. Now, when you buy one of these, you can buy a conversion cylinder to shoot modern ammo. And this also is not a firearm, okay? When you purchase it, what will happen is you get two different invoices. They will ship in separate boxes, but in one box, and it comes right to your door. All right, there's no ATF, there's no filing paperwork, the whole 9 yards like that. Not that that means anything to anybody, but this is my barbecue gun, right? It's when you go somewhere and you want to look fancy, this is generally what I'll wear. This or one of my stainless, but usually this. I just think it is beautiful. And anybody that's ever had or held one of these in your hand, especially with the shortened barrel, you absolutely know what it feels like. It's just a unique feel in the firearm industry, okay? And to change it from one to the other is pretty much simple. You just open that up, pull this. Yeah, Leo. There we go. A little bit there on half cock. Sorry about that. I don't do it very often. Right? Then you put the new cylinder in it, which would change it into, just for all you people out there that are safety Sally. See, there's nothing in there. All right. There's a nipple on there. See? If I could see better. There it is. Right. Now, the cylinder actually has 6 separate firing pins. You can see them, okay? So each cylinder has a firing pin. So there's no safety, no safe notch in between, all right? Then when you put this in, like I said, you put it back there on half cock, put it in, counter rotate it, and like I said, there you go. All right? And there you go. What I generally do when I'm loading it is this is the empty chamber that I'm going to leave, right? So, or on the other side of that. So I will turn this until I see the peg, and that's it right there. There. And then you'll be sitting on an empty chamber. When you have this thing loaded up, those bullets come right up to the end, so you'll definitely know if you're on an empty chamber or not. But I think that, in everybody's collection, they should have one of these. Now, the reason I personally bought the conversion cylinder, I don't have all that room for black powder gizmo stuff, okay? There's just too many things. I have a small house. My family always comes first, right? I actually had one of these I had to sell for milk when my kids were small. But yeah, you needed milk. What can I say? Formula was very expensive. It's even crazier now. You guys ever price that stuff? Ah, man. But yeah, this is just, you can buy a really nice holster for it. Like that, right? And, yeah, when I go to the range, this is one of the things that I generally take with me. I usually fire a couple cylinder loads out of it, all right? But, yeah, this thing is so cool. I remember the first day that I got it, I played with it so much, I put a bruise on my thumb, from cocking it. But, listen to this. There's no sound like that. If you're a fan of the spaghetti westerns with Clint Eastwood and such, yeah, what was his name? Tuco, when he put that gun together in the gun store, that was really cool. But, yeah, they tell you to, a 250 grain bullet, no more with these conversion things. I have the, like I said, the different type of steel right here, all right? And I do have some 260s. These are 260 grain right here. That I do carry the gun every once in a while. I don't purchase firearms that I do not carry. So I do carry this once in a while, believe it or not. But, yeah, I mean, it's... these grips are an imitation ivory. It's supposed to be aged for over 100 and whatever years. They're just beautiful. When you order them, you have to specify whether you have an Uberti or a Pieta and the year that the thing was made, because there's a difference. Now, I will tell you right now, there is a difference between the Ubertis and the Pietas. The Ubertis are more expensive, and if you have the money, like for this, I spared no expense. Usually I'm very conscious, aren't I, Mother?
Yes,
on the money that I spend.
That's true.
Yeah, because, I mean, I just don't see the reason to pay a whole lot of money for something that's, especially with the quality of stuff right now. But I will tell you that Pineta or whatever it is, Pieta and Uberti, they're both Italian companies. There is a difference in the quality, and it's noticeable. The fit, the finish, the feel in your hand, it is, yeah, it's definitely, there's a difference. Now, when you buy the revolver and this conversion cylinder together, they tune it for you, so you don't have to tune it. They put it in, they make sure it's tuned, and it's going to work. There is a difference when you buy these cylinders, okay? You have to buy the cylinder, not just 1858 Remington. No, you have to, what did I do? There it is. You have to tell them, it matches to the manufacturer, because there's differences in the tolerances. But anyway, like I said, this is really, really cool. I like it. It's fun. And it's a piece of history, When I load it up, like I said, I usually put them here. See if you can get there you go. And that's the chamber I leave empty right there. And it's a little, there it goes, right? Then when you're putting it into the gun, when I see this on this side, I know that I'm sitting on an empty chamber. And if you look up here at the front part, be very careful, you'll see what I'm talking about, the bullets. So you'll see 2 on one side, 2 on the other, and the one on the bottom you won't see. And let me show you here. I have other firearms that, this is a single action, so you know, but let me see if I can get that. See, that's how you know. You can see half a bullet there, right? That's how I know I'm sitting on an empty chamber. All right, so, yeah, 2 of those really, ta-da, nice, huh? But, yeah, these North American arms are great. I recommend putting the bigger cowboy grip on it. You can still put it in your pocket, but a 22 Magnum with that little dinky grip like that, it's a little snappy. You might drop it, right? But generally, like I said, this is one of my favorite pistols. I have it on display. I actually have a display wall for the pistols that I really, really like. Then I've got a couple of big chests for, the rest of the guns that are just plain guns and, right? But as far as it's concerned, I mean, I'm into this pistol probably, it was $100 for the grips. It was, $600 for the pistol, honey? And that's because I got the case hardened. And then the cylinder was $250. So I'm into this for, like $1,000. But, if you have the cash to spare and you just want something because of looks, you can do it cheaper. You could go with Pieta. You can pick these black powder ones up for next to nothing at pawn shops and stuff. All right, so you can actually purchase one of those. All right, then order the barrel or the cylinder to match, right? And then you'll have to do any tuning or anything like that yourself. But, yeah, that's just another chapter in range toys, all right? Let me know what you thought about it. Anyway, the thing about getting it shipped right to your house, that's really cool. There's no FFL. You don't have to do a 4473. It just comes right to your house. It just eliminates a lot of BS, and it's really cool, okay? So, anyway, God bless.